Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm Jeff with Swamp Fox Wargaming, and we're here with Ants. He's also from Swamp Fox Wargaming. He
Hello.
plays the Age of Sigmar side of the group, and we're here to talk about his experience with Lone Star Open that happened over the weekend. He went to the AOS tournament. It was about 35 players, if I'm correct.
Yes, I think after everyone dropped, it was about 35, 36 players.
All right. Um, how did you like it? Was it fun? Did you have a good time?
Yeah, no, I had a lot of fun with it. To me, going from 40K to Age of Sigmar, there's a lot less stress. It feels like the rules seem simpler. You're not having to deal with the terrain as much, so to speak. It's a good time.
What's a favorite rule of yours in AOS versus 40K? I know my favorite rule is that damage spills over. So
Yeah.
you're not shooting a damage 9 weapon at a 10-man unit and you're only killing one guy.
Yeah, no, I really enjoy that, like especially with the knight or the giants. I mean, because you want to have this giant centerpiece model, and you want it to be, functional and stuff like that. You don't want to just run up to a thing of grots, do 20 damage, and only kill one model. Because I mean, that's no fun. You want to go in, and you want to start pillaging models and just decimate the area. And I that's that one, and then the spell casting. I really enjoy because they have like their manifestations. Each spell that you do actually has a model represented on the board that you can move around and interact.
Oh, so like the spell interacts with the board.
Yeah, so one of mine is like a giant mushroom that you can put in anywhere within the wizard. Yeah, so every time it's a shooting phase, whether it's your turn or the enemy's turn, it you select three enemy units within 6 inches, I believe it was, and you just roll for mortal wounds. So every turn, as long as that mushroom is on the board, it will do mortal wounds to enemies around it. And so you can either choose to try to destroy that, waste a turn trying to dispel it, or you can choose to ignore it and go after my models.
Dang, that's pretty cool, man. Just out there spilling mortal wounds off a spell, huh?
Yeah, big mushroom just sitting in the middle.
Man, that's pretty cool. That's a cool little ability. So obviously, I think your background gives it away. But what model or what army did you bring to this event?
I was playing Gloomspite Gitz. For those who don't know, they are the Goblin faction. They have a bunch of different stuff between goblins, giant spiders that they can use. Now there's a new line of wolves, and then there's even trolls, or in the game they're called troggoths.
Anything in particular that drew you to this army? Besides they look really cool.
Um, Playing in 40K, I was really drawn to squigs whenever I was playing orcs, and being able to have an entire army of just like squigs, like small squigs, giant squigs, goblins, like being eaten by them in the models. It was a lot of fun, and a lot of those models, and just in Sigmar altogether, a lot of those models look really nice, and they look like they're going to be a lot of fun to make when I get to
That's cool, man. So you said small squigs, giant squigs, even squigs with chicken pox, right? Like all of them.
them. Basically, yeah.
I couldn't resist, man. You had like the whole line going. I was like, man, he's talking about Oscar Mayer wieners at this point.
Dude, there is a model that is a squig that looks like a stalactite.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. It's a pretty cool model, man.
And so
I,
it's just like there's one that's used as an anvil too. So it's just like whatever you can dream, there's a squig for it.
wow, that's pretty cool, man. So like building a list in 40K, like we go to play events at 40K, you build your list and you have to draw cards to see what your secondaries are every round. Is that a different aspect in AOS and how did it affect your games throughout the day?
Yeah, so with the new season coming out, you can select up to two different secondaries, and each secondary has three tiers that you can score off of, but you have to do like the first tier before you can do the second tier. And so it makes you progressively think about how you're handling these different situations as. The ones I chose was attuned to Gyron, which starts off with you want to have control of the center, and then once the enemy charges at you, be able to retreat, and then have two new units attack whatever you're retreating from. And then the final one, which is usually the hardest one to get, is you want to make sure that the opponent doesn't have any models on your side of the board or in, which basically means you want to kill everything off the board. The other secondary I did was scouting forces, which on paper seemed like the easiest one to do. Turned out that was probably the hardest one for me. And these can be any non-hero, non-war machine models, I believe. And the first one is, hey, get three models or three units outside of your territory or your deployment zone. The second tier is to make sure that you have control over an objective or terrain that is bleeding in, at least like within the enemy's territory. And then the final one is to have one of your guys sitting in their territory like 6 inches away from them. So that one isn't too hard to do, but whenever you have all of your models, and I'll send you pictures that I took throughout the games, everyone's models are just kind of in a line. So trying to get through all that embodying and weaving definitely proved to be harder than I thought.
So you thought your army was faster and you were just gonna weave through it, huh?
Yeah, so I had a unit of spiders that have like the fly keyword on them, so they're able to go through buildings and models. And then I had two units of smaller wolves that I was just going to focus strictly on trying to get to the other side. Those three models were key to getting points for that, but they're also the weakest models I have. They don't have any. There's no such thing as invulns in Age of Sigmar. These don't have any feel no pains on them, and especially the spiders. They are on a 5 up save, so any little thing can just kill them, especially when damage spills over, like it does in Age of. So once they get tagged, they're pretty much dead.
Dang, dude, that's a tough one. It sounds like you're trying to do engage every game, and you gotta do it with very non-durable units.
Yeah, yeah. It's going in. I've realized that the list was good, but the secondaries probably weren't the best for the list I chose.
Was there a particular game you found out that this wasn't going to work for the tournament?
Um, so 4 out of 5 of my matches, I scored either only the first part of scouting forces or I just didn't score anything. Uh, it's just one of those cases to where they knew where I was going to be heading, so they put their big guys there to just kind of wail on them, make sure that didn't happen. Um, the other one, Tune to Gyron, that one was surprisingly a lot easier to do. Figuring, I was kind of assuming that was going to be the harder one to do just because with how many mortal wounds that you can do within this game, I wasn't expecting to live long enough to retreat. But the models I chose for that kind of worked out pretty well. It was just scouting forces that just kind of ruined my chances of winning.
Man, that's tough, dude. I know like when we build lists in 40K, you're trying to build list off the terrain and the missions you're playing. Did that go into effect, or is it just solely like you build the secondaries? God, there was a fly in my face, but you build the secondaries and you just go out there and try to win. The terrain and the layouts really don't have effect on that.
Terrain in Age of Sigmar really doesn't have too much effect because, for the most part, it's not going to be in your way.
Okay.
Like, 40K, you have tons and tons of buildings that you can like use for cover, stuff like that. Age of Sigmar, you have maybe one building over here, another building mirroring that, and then a couple of smaller things that you can use to your advantage. But really, it's just run up the board, don't get shot, and then just do as much damage as you can. Um, I built my list around the secondaries I wanted to take. I really didn't look too much into the primary missions for inspiration. That I don't believe hurt me as much as I thought it would, because with the games I was playing, other than like one specific one, I was actually doing well with primaries. It was just secondaries I was struggling.
Was your the hardest match you had? You said you played the giant ogres, right? Was that the hardest match you had?
Yes, because it was four large bodies. They're 40 wounds apiece, or 35 to 40 wounds apiece. Their control is 20. So that would mean that I would have to try my best to kill them in order to score, because I don't have anything that could out control that. And I only had two heavy hitting units. Everything else was meant for speed and to get around to do secondaries. So that was definitely an uphill battle. And one, I think that was probably my worst game.
Man, I just couldn't like that's a thing, huh? You just have to go against models that you can't obviously kill in some games.
Yeah, so it's funny because that one specifically, the mission was four objectives. And so with the new season, each objective has a symbol on it. And four of those are paired up. So in this one, it was like, hey, objective A and C are the ones that you're going to score on rounds like one, three, and five. And then objectives B and D are what you're going to be scoring for rounds two and three, or two and four. So you're kind of having to go back and forth between the four objectives. And I was surprised that he didn't do this, but if I was that giant player, I would just have one giant on each of those objectives, because with against my list, I really couldn't have shaken them. But he kind of threw all of his going down towards my side of the board, which it was still pretty effective because my heavy hitters are slow, so it kind of locked him in place. But yeah, it was rough.
I mean, as long as you had fun, that's all that really matters in that, right?
Oh yeah, no, all of my games were against amazing people. Just seeing how amazing they painted their models, it was a fun time.
Well, that's good, man. I know a lot of people don't know, but I know you're the guy who does Space City Minis in Houston. You do a lot of commission painting around the city. How
Hmm.
did you how did you do in the painting contest? Did you enter the painting contest?
Yes, I entered the painting contest, and I'll send you a picture of what my display board and everything. I end up placing fourth place. Um, the first place winner, absolutely amazing. Like he just each model looked like it could have won a golden demon on its own. Paired up with this like giant castle he had in the corner, each brick on that castle was shaded and highlighted to perfection. Like this guy put hours and hours into it.
Was that the model you showed me where it was the like the undead models, like the vampire models?
Yeah, I think they were vampires, either vampires or the skeleton army. I'm blanking on the name right now,
Yeah, I
but
can't
it
think
was
of
it
it.
was one of those two. But yeah, it looked really.
It was absolutely incredible. I remember you showing me that and you were like, dude, check that out. And I couldn't believe it. Like if that dude doesn't go to Golden Demon, he's crazy.
Yeah, no, I would assume that if he didn't win any, he was very close to getting one.
Yeah.
But second place actually went to the guy who won the whole tournament with Gloomspite Gitz. Um, his wolves were painted like really, really nice, and it's crazy to think that he won with a list and made up entirely of wolves. Um, these models are the ones I was saying like are very squishy. They don't do a whole lot of damage, but I guess overwhelming the board with them just proved to work out really well. And the third place winner was actually the Giants I went up against. I took a few pictures, so I'll send them your way so you can use. But each giant represents a different faction for the Grand Alliance of Death. So you had one that's made up of ghosts. You had one that had the skeleton armor on it. There was one that was holding up like a giant chalice of blood, and it was really cool stuff. Like he put a lot of time into kit bashing these and painting them. It looked really nice.
That's really cool, man. I didn't get to see that army, but I know I saw your display board. It looked amazing. But honestly, man, like the painting Age of Sigmar players do is phenomenal.
No,
Like
everyone like it's really cool.
yeah, like 40K players, they can show off here and there. You know, there's armies that you're capable of showing more than just armor, but like Age of Sigmar, like that's the hobby side of this whole
Yeah,
thing. Yeah, for sure. Like I don't think anybody could argue with that they're the hobbyist of the whole thing.
yeah.
Really good painters in that side of the room. I remember this event last year. I feel it had more Age of Sigmar players. Do you think there wasn't a big turnout due to it being just the new season?
I don't think it was that. From what I heard, there was another big tournament going on elsewhere, so it kind of split up the community on who was going where.
Oh, I got you. It was more
Yeah.
convenient for some people to go there than the other place.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I tell you though, like last year they had some phenomenal stuff. Like just I know y'all don't use a lot of terrain, but the terrain y'all use, like it's well painted, it looks super cool, and it really works with what y'all are doing on the board. You know, like
Mhm.
FLG really stood up, and they really did a good job with their new 40K terrain. Like it's MDF, but like it's amazing. Like the cutouts, the colors, the flexibility of moving it around. They did a really good job.
Yeah. No, I really enjoyed the like the printed designs that were on them.
Yeah,
It was really cool.
yeah.
And like the Age of Sigmar themed ones are really cool too. Like there was one that kind of looked like a pyramid, and then it had the smooth top on, or like it kind of had like this big opening on top to where you can have models fighting on it.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
then yeah, it was really cool looking. It was like Egyptian themed or something.
Oh, okay. I know they were selling a set at the event, but I didn't know what set it was. But I did get my hands on one of the 40K sets, the new ones they made. Man, and like phenomenal. Like they did a really good job. And like I can't wait to just open it up and play on it. But other than that, man, like anything interesting to tell the people about AOS, you know, highly recommend playing it. Just so you guys know, Ant is the captain of the Age of Sigmar group and the Swamp Fox team. So, you know, he's we're looking to recruit players, guys, if you ever see him around.
Yeah, Age of Sigmar is definitely more laid back, more casual when it comes to how competitive things will get. Obviously, we're all there to win, but hobby is a huge aspect of it. Sportsmanship definitely takes overall. It's so far, this is my second tournament that I've gone to, and everyone's super nice. Everyone was giving me pointers on things to change up and like where things went wrong, and no, it was really nice. I have another tournament in September, Hammerfest. It's like the Age of Sigmar side of Warzone Houston.
Okay.
And apparently that one has a little unofficial side competition meant for just display boards. So I'm excited to see what everyone brings to the table for that because so far, from what I've been hearing, it gets really cool.
You know, I've been to Wars in Houston a couple of times, and I've never seen that part of the competition. I'm gonna have to get like if I can make it this year, I'm gonna have to go over there and check out the AOS stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know when we were over there last year, I just like looking at the terrain and the models from a distance. Like those guys were killing it, man. Like absolutely killing it with the painting they were doing.
Mhm. Yeah, no, Age of Sigmar is really cool because most of the factions have their own specific terrain that like helps them. And I know 40K has terrain too, but it's not used as efficiently or effectively.
Yeah,
Like mine, it's just giant moon shrine looking thing, and I can bring models back around it every turn. And then there's one that I think one of the Chaos guys, Slave to Darkness, their thing is like this Chaos star that's kind of uh, into the ground,
Yeah.
like it collided into the ground and like it's uprooting all these rocks and everything. But that I think builds up points every turn. When once it gets to a specific number, it'll start doing like mortal wounds or spells or something like that. It was really cool.
Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah. Yeah, I mentioned it in AOS, but man, I tell you, like playing 40K so much, it's just so hard to get into another game.
Oh yeah, no, it took
Yeah.
me forever to get into Age of Sigmar just because I'm used to 40K.
Yeah.
But doing the armies on parade last year kind of forced me into wanting to play the game because I was like, I have all these models I painted up just for this competition. I might as well learn the game so I have these models I can put to use.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with the game.
I remember you were like, should I sell these models or not? I was like, don't you do it. Don't you sell those
Yeah.
models.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't because,
I'm
I
glad
have
you
a lot of
didn't
fun with the
either.
game.
Man, what's up with these flies? What the hell? I'll have to cut that out the video.
Um, I am excited for the new Chaos Store faction coming in
Oh, that looks
because
super cool.
yeah, no, like the mechanical bull they have, the little dreadnought bull things that they have going on with the miniguns. It looks really cool. I
Yeah.
think that's going to be the next faction I paint and compete.
Yeah. I really like how this game's only 5 years old. And they really haven't developed all the lore yet. So it's really cool to see it grow. And I feel
Yeah.
like they're doing a really good job bringing the models to life and adding new stuff to everything and not just, leaving it stagnant for years.
Hmm.
I really like the effort they're putting into it.
Yeah, and it definitely seems like they're having a lot of fun with the lore. Like the new wolf faction that they added to Gloomspite Gitz, their whole thing is that they want to kill the sun because whenever they look at the sun, it blinds them.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
And they wear shiny armor because that's their way of harnessing the sun's power and blinding their opponents.
I mean, like you got to use things to your advantage, man.
Yeah.
So, if you had any advice for anybody trying to get into Age of Sigmar, is there a certain army or a certain way you would get into it?
Um, I would say Spearhead is probably like the best way to get into it. It's its own self-contained game. You just pick up one of the starter boxes, and everything you need is in that. So you buy that, you buy the one of the two Spearhead boxes that's out. It'll come with the board, all the cards you need, and it's basically like a mini Age of Sigmar. You'll
Okay.
have little objectives that you're supposed to do every turn and changes. And it's kind of, from what I understand, the way that you do secondaries in Spearhead kind of works like the challenge cards that you would get for 40K. Like it'll have one little objective that you score points on if you complete it, or at the bottom, there's a stratagem that you can use that'll benefit you.
Oh, that's cool, man. Like, is it like every faction or is it just two factions when you buy this?
No, it's every faction. So the Spearhead box itself is just the rules, the board, and then all the cards. And then
Oh,
from
okay.
there, you decide which starter box you want to pick up,
I got you.
and
I got you.
that'll have its own rules, and everything is actually really well balanced. Like there's a new set of Spearhead boxes coming out that are in addition to the old one. So if you want to play the old Spearhead boxes, you can, but like the Spearhead models. And like I'm in a league right now, and I'm running the original Spearhead box for Gloomspite, and I'm currently sitting at first place with it. Like it's the rules are older for it. There are definitely better Spearheads out there that have recently come out, but I'm doing really well with the older ones too. So it's extremely balanced.
That's cool, man. So basically, it's just like 40K. You pick a flavor you like, and hopefully, like you can actually build it, paint it, and play it without having to get distracted going to buy 10 more armors you don't need.
Yeah, yeah. And if you're looking for like centerpiece models, there are definitely a few spearheads out there that come with that centerpiece model, like the Sylvaneth, which are like the wood elves.
Yeah.
Their whole thing is like their spearhead box comes with like a few of the archers and stuff, but also comes with like one of the big like tree creatures that they use, and
Oh,
that can
okay.
be used in. And you know there's some really cool spearhead boxes.
That's cool, man. Well, I want to say thanks for having this conversation. Thanks for telling people about AOS and the fun parts of it, the differences, and well, if you guys want to see Ants at any event, he'll be at Warzone Houston coming up the first weekend of September, I believe.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the 6th through the 7th.
yeah. Come by, say hi to him. If any other Swamp Fox guys are there, go say hi to them as well. Looking forward to talking to Ants after Warzone Houston. And Ants, you got anything else to say, man?
Yeah, if you like the display board that we'll show you in the video, you can also check out my other work. I'm on Instagram at Space City Minis. I'll put up a logo somewhere on the video, hopefully. But yeah, hope to see y'all there.
All right, guys. Thanks for showing up. See you guys on the next one. Have a good night.